What's up, everyone? Happy Thursday. We'll give it a few minutes. As always, if you need anything, blocks, blankets, props, feel free to grab that. This will be a 45-minute practice. My name is Lauren, if I haven't met you. Give it a few minutes or a minute for other folks to hop on. All right. If you're joining us, type in the chat box so we know who's here. 45-minute practice. Let's just go ahead and get started. And feel free to set your watch if you want to get, close those rings. And let's take a moment to ground ourselves. So taking any seat that makes sense for you, sitting up nice and tall, bringing the shoulders back, bringing the ears back, and feel free to cup your hands in your lap. And let's just ground into the present moment. Arriving into this practice, dropping whatever it is you were doing before this and being fully here right now. Closing the eyes, tuning in to tune out, tuning out to tune in. Taking a deep breath in through the nose and out the mouth. Feeling your sit bones rooting into the floor or the cushion beneath you. Just noticing how you feel energetically. Breathing in and breathing out. Breathing in and breathing out. Today's practice will be about inner strength and stability. So feeling grounded in our body, feeling safe in our body and trusting it. And if anything that we do in this practice does not feel good for your body, feel free to skip it. I will do my best to offer variations. Okay? Because this is your practice, not mine. I'm just here to guide you. But at the end of the day, it's about doing what feels good and right for your body. All right. Inhale, lift those arms up. Exhale, press away. Just connecting breath and movement. 2 more. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, let it go. And again, inhale, lift. Exhale, bring the fingertips down. Let's stretch one side of the neck, pulling away from the shoulder as the fingertips walk out. And then inhale, lift, switch. Exhale, pull the neck opposite direction, fingertips opposite. Feel free to turn your nose towards the armpit here for a nice little stretch. Good. And then release. Let's take a nice seated twist. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, one hand to one knee, twist opposite direction, sit up nice and tall. Breathing in and breathing out. Good, inhale, reach. Stay connected to the body, exhale, twist. Sit up nice and tall. Good, and then come back through center. Let's just take our shoulders up, back and down a few times. And reverse. And release. Let's roll the wrist a few times. Maybe shake it out, especially if you've been typing a lot already today. Just shaking it all out and then do a little brush. Just feel that tactile, sensory. Brush, brush, brush. And let's actually just clap our hands. And start to rub. And then let's just bring some warmth and energy to the body. Squeezing down the forearms. One more time. This is a great way to ground yourself without having to focus on breath. So if you have a lot of anxiety or sometimes even asthma, focusing on breath is not fun. So I like to touch on the body to bring myself back to the present moment. And really just a sense of safety in our bodies. Good. All right. Right away, let's just rock forward into our tabletop. So hands directly underneath those shoulders, knees underneath those hips. Spread the fingers wide. Let's take a few cow-cats on your own. Inhaling, lifting up. Exhaling, rounding in the back, pressing away from the mat. Inhale, cow, looking up. Good. Exhale, cat. Feel free to shift as you need. One more. Inhale, cow. One more. Exhale, cat. Good. Finding this inner stability, let's extend one leg back for our sunbird. Toes down, hips squared off to the floor. Inhale, reach the opposite arm. If you'd like, yogi's choice, you can keep one hand down, both hands down. Inhale, reach. Exhale, round, knee to elbow. Let's do that 2 more times. Inhale, reach. Exhale. One more. Inhale, reach. Exhale. Good. And then from here, we're going to go into a variation of a side plank. Drop that knee. Rotate the calf out. And meet me in a nice variation of side plank. Lifting up through the fingertips. Feel free to lift the top leg. Engage through the heel. Exhale, come back to your table. Shift as you need. Good, and then extend the other leg back. Oops, I just did that one, just kidding. Other leg back, hips squared off towards the floor. Toes reaching down towards the earth. Nice neutral spine. Reach the opposite arm out. For our sunbird, let's flow 3 times. Inhale, reach, opposite sides of the room. Exhale, round in the spine. 2 more. Inhale, reach, building energy. Exhale, round in the spine. 1 more. Inhale, reach. Exhale, round in the spine. Good, and then release. Bring that knee back down, swing that shin out, and then we find a nice variation of side plank here. Lifting up through the arms, pressing away from the sky, or from the earth. Feel free to lift that top leg. Holding 4, 3, 2, 1. Release. I think I have to sneeze. Oh, excuse me. At least you know it's a real class. All right, back to your table. Ooh, these allergies. All right, step back out into your first plank. Nice and strong, pressing away from the earth, maybe rocking forward and back on those toes. And then drop the knees, draw the arms in. Let's take half chaturanga. Drop the body down, scoot through for cobra. You notice my shoulders are shimmied down the back. Hands underneath the elbows. Lifting up, good. Exhale, release. And then let's push back into child's pose. Sink the hips back, rest the forehead down, and then release the arms behind you. Take a few breaths there. Excuse my sniffles. I think my allergies are showing up. Deep breath in, deep breath out. Good. Slowly drag the fingertips by your face. Reach it forward. Press your hands into the mat. Make sure they're in the same lane. And then scooch the hips forward for a nice upward facing dog. So shoulders down. Lift up through the chest. Hips off the floor. And then exhale, scooch the tailbone back, tuck your toes, and reach back out into a plank. Nice and strong. Press away from the earth. Notice what you feel here. Deep breath in, deep breath out. Nice and strong. Let's lift one leg up just for a little bit of heat. Holding 4, 3, 2, 1. Release. Let's switch. Other leg up. Holding 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale. Take your first downward facing dog. Hips high to the sky. And walk your dog heels one at a time. Hips high, heels anchoring down. Making sure the neck is nice and loose. Good. From here, inhale, lift up, roll back to your plank. Exhale, drop the knees, half chaturanga. Woo. Inhale, lift up, cobra or up dog. And then exhale, roll through the feet, downward facing dog. Shoulders down. Pedal, pedal, pedal. Good. Deep breath in, deep breath out. Inhale, lift your right leg up nice and high. Anchor that left heel down. And then bend the knee and open up the hips to the right side of the mat, but still keeping your shoulders down. And then take a nice little hip circle here, one way, and then the other. And then square off the hips. Bring that foot in between the hands. Drop the back knee. Inhale, rise up. Low crescent lunge. So pulling up in that front body, shoulders down. Maybe bring the hands behind the back and lift up through the chest if that feels good. Yogi's choice. Then exhale, release. And then take one arm up for a nice twist. Breathe. Hands back down. Lift your back knee up. Step back to downward facing dog. Make sure the neck is nice and loose. Maybe bend the knees and scooch the hips up. Let the neck hang. Inhale, lift your left leg up nice and high. And then bend the knee, rotate the hips to the left as you keep your shoulders facing the mat. Take a few hip circles here. Maybe you hear some things move and crack. And then exhale, bring the knee to the nose. Bring the left foot in between the hands. Pull the left hip crease back, drop the back knee. Inhale, rise up. Low crescent lunge. Deep breath in, deep breath out. And then bring the fingertips behind the back, clasp the fingers if you can, and then scooch it down, lift up through the chest. Breathing in and breathing out. Awesome. Bring the hands back down. Take your nice twist, one arm up to the sky. Breathe and exhale, bring the hands back down. Bring that left foot to meet the right foot. You're in a nice plank. Exhale, downward facing dog. Pedal the feet. Shake your head, yes and no. Maybe bend the knees, scooch the hips up. Good. And then lift the heels, roll back into your plank. Feeling nice and strong. Exhale, rock to the tips of the toes, and then lower your entire body down to the mat. Good. From here, let's bring the fingertips behind the back and lift up the front body. Shoulders away from the ears. Deep breath in, deep breath out. Good. And then release. Bring your hands underneath your forehead. Crocodile pose. Shimmy the hips side to side. Then lift the feet up towards the sky and kind of rock it out here. Deep breath in, deep breath out. Good. Release your feet back underneath you. Bring the hands underneath the elbows and roll it up. Meet me in downward facing dog. Shoulders down the back, and then slowly drop the knees, take them wide, and then bring the toesies to touch. Push the hips back, extended child's pose. Breathing in and out. Sinking the hips back. Good. From here, lift the head up. We're going to take a nice threading of the needle. So you're just going to lift your hips up, bring those hands back underneath you. Inhale, lift your right arm up to the sky. Then exhale, take it underneath the left arm, bring the shoulder down, right ear down, and then reach that top arm forward, or take a bind behind the back. Yogi's choice. The more that I bind here, the more I get a little more open. Up to you. Enjoy this. And then bring that hand back in front of your face. And then unthread the needle. Reach up. And then come back. Good. Let's do that again on the other side. So knees are still wide, toesies touch. I'm going to thread the needle on the other side. Inhale, lift up, up, up. Exhale, take it down. Take the left shoulder down, left ear. Reach this right arm forward, or take a bind and twist a little bit deeper. Breathing in, breathing out. Remember, you can always play music during our practice. Good. Hanging here for one more breath. Enjoying our practice. Bring that hand back by your face, boop, and then unthread the needle. And then bring the hands back down. Press your hands into the floor, lift your knees up, ooh, and bring it back underneath you. From here, let's go into a puppy pose just to continue that shoulder stretch. Walk your paws or your hands forward, keeping the hips where they're at. You can take your forehead down to the earth, or your chin, or your chest, whatever is available. And pull your hips back as your fingertips reach forward. This is great for the shoulders. Right, so play around, see if you can get the chin down. Breathe through. Good. We're going to switch things up. So from here, you're going to walk your hands back. And then we're actually going to go straight into Malasana. So I'm going to rock back to my heels. And I'll just turn this way so you can see me, because you know that I'm in a shadow back there. So you rock back to your heels. And we're going to go straight into Malasana. So you could take a block underneath your tailbone. If your heels aren't reaching the floor, you can roll up your mat to place underneath your heels. You can roll up a blanket. A lot of options here, but you want to sink the hips down and lengthen through the spine. Right, so I'm not rounded here, but I'm lifting, lifting, lifting. Hips anchoring down, lifting up through the front body, and my hands are in prayer pose. Excuse my heavy breathing, my allergies are acting up today. So you can also take two fists, push them in together as the elbows push out. And then from here, I want you to open up, explore opening up to one side. This is just great for getting more availability and space in the side body. Just play with that a few times. If you're joining me, type in the chat box so we know who is here. It also helps me feel less alone when I know that there are people here. Good, and we play here a little bit. Lengthen up a little bit more. Use those elbows to push back a little bit more. So many awesome benefits to yogi squat, aka malasana. Great for the lower back, the inner thighs, the glutes, the hips, the adductors. It's one of those positions that it's like trying to find that balance of ease and effort for sure. So this is, while I look like I'm at ease, there's definitely a lot of effort happening. Good, and exhale. Woo, bring your hands back to the earth. Inhale, lift your hips up high to the sky. And shift your weight to your toes a little bit. And then let's take the hands behind the back, clasp the fingers, and reach towards the mat. Good, and then bend the elbows, release the hands. From here, heel toe your feet together. Boop, boop, boop. Bend the knees. Release the lower back here. Deep breath in, deep breath out. Good, and then exhale, lower your heels, lift up your hips, and then bend the knees, slow curl up through the spine, all the way up to standing. So you might be back there on the mat. Walk yourself forward to the top of your mat. Do anything else the body needs. We're gonna get into a sun salutation, first one. Okay, just gonna adjust this so that you could see me. Awesome. So Tadasana, mountain pose, find it. Spread your toes, lift your toes, and then spread them into the floor. Feel all four corners of the feet, a lifting up in the front body, a grounding in the back body. All right, and not breaking open the rib cage. There's this nice lengthening happening. Close the eyes, deep breath in. Deep breath out. Inhale, bend the knees, reach up to the sky. Exhale, swan dive, forward fold, hinge at the hips. Inhale, lengthen through the flat back. Exhale, hands to the earth. Step or hop your feet to a plank. Yogi's choice to take a full chaturanga or a variation. Exhale, roll through the feet, downward facing dog. So here, bend the knees, explore your dog a little bit. Inhale, lift your right leg up nice and high. Keep those hips squared off. Exhale, bring the right foot in between the hands. Good, pull that right hip crease back. And then let's rise up to a high crescent lunge. So yogi's choice, if high crescent lunge doesn't feel good for you right now, feel free to drop that back knee. But what we don't want to lean forward here, so maybe I bend the back knee, find that nice alignment, and then straighten the leg. And exhale, meet me in warrior two. Pivot that back foot, turn your hips to face the front. Keep that integrity of the front knee bent. Breathe here. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, bend. Good, nice strong warrior two. Keep the focus forward. Two more. Inhale, reach. Exhale, bend. One more. Inhale, reach. Pressing your feet away, opposite direction. Back to warrior two. Cartwheel the hands back down. And then from here, just build up a little bit of heat. You're gonna roll to the knife edge of your left foot and then meet me in a variation of a side plank. So feet can be stacked. You can lift the top leg. You can bend the bottom knee. You can stagger the feet. Yogi's choice. Breathe and then exhale, come back to your plank. Yogi's choice for chaturanga. Build some heat. Exhale, downward facing dog. Bend the knees, look at the top of your mat. Step or hop your feet to meet your hands. Inhale, lengthen, flat back. Exhale, release. Inhale, root to rise. Woo, exhale, prayer. Reset. Feel free to take any subtle movements the body needs. Let's do that on the other side. Inhale, reach up to the sky. Scoop, scoop, scoop. Exhale, forward fold. Where's your weight? Bring it to your toes. Inhale, lengthen, flat back. Shoulders away from the ears. Exhale, hands to the floor. Step or hop back to your plank. Yogi's choice for Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, lift up, flat back. What am I saying? Downward facing dog. Keep breathing. Inhale, lift up your left leg. Exhale, bring the left foot in between the hands. Pull the front hip crease back. Rise up to high crescent lunge. Woo. Find your balance. So pull that left hip crease back. Scoop up in the front body. Remember, you can bend that back knee if you need to adjust. Breathing here. Shoulders down. Straighten that back leg. I know it wants to bend. It's really easy. It's easier to keep it bent, right? So add some effort. And then from here, let's exhale to warrior two. I'm just playing around, showing you this side of the body. And up to warrior two. Let's flow 3 times. Inhale, reach. Straighten those legs. Exhale. Good. 2 more. Exhale. 1 more. Inhale, reach. Exhale, warrior two. Cartwheel the hands back down. And then we roll to the knife edge of the right foot. Take your side plank. Other side. Lift those hips up high. Maybe lift the top leg. Whoa. You know your body. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Lift, lift, lift. Exhale, back to your plank. Yogi's choice for a vinyasa, or go straight to downward facing dog. Here in your dog, bend the knees, scooch the hips up. Play with it. And then lift your heels up, roll back to plank. And then bend the knee, or lower the body down as 1. Inhale, lift up cobra or upward facing dog. And then exhale, let's push back to child's pose. Build some heat. Rest the forehead down, bring the arms by the side of the legs. Breathe. You got this. Stay present. Remember, building inner strength and stability, trusting the body, feeling grounded. Good. Drag the fingertips along the mat. Press it right next to your face. And inhale, rise up to a hero pose. So if hero pose doesn't feel good, feel free to take a bolster, a rolled up mat, and place it underneath your knees, if that feels better. If not, let's hang here for a few breaths. Finding that nice tall spine. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, take a nice twist. Inhale, reach up again. Boop. Exhale. Try not to break open the rib cage. Good. And then come back through center. Let's clasp the fingers and lift up through the chest here. 1 more chest opener. You can never get enough of these, especially when you're working all day. And then release. Flip the bed sheet. Boop. Bring the hands back down to the earth. Meet me back into a plank. Exhale, downward facing dog. Feeling good, feeling great, feeling great, feeling good. Pedal the feet, shake the head. Bend the knees, look at the top of your mat. Step or hop your feet to meet your hands. Inhale, lengthen, flat back. Exhale, release. Inhale, root to rise, standing. And then press palms together. Release. And bend chair. Release your hands. Shaky, shaky. Honestly, you should shake many times throughout the day. It's a great way to just get stagnant energy out the body. Like literally like shake a limb. Whoop, whoop. It's fun too. All right, come back to your top of the mat. Feeling grounded and rooted in Tadasana, mountain pose. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, swan dive, forward fold. Inhale, lengthen, flat back. Exhale, hands to the floor. Step or hop back to your plank. Yogi's choice for Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, lift up, downward facing dog. Inhale, lift your right leg up nice and high. Exhale, bring the right foot in between. Inhale, shift that back foot, rise up to warrior one. So I don't do warrior one a lot, maybe because it's not my favorite, but I'm working hard on doing poses that are not my favorite. But you're gonna feel this stretch in the back of the calf and your hips are squared off to the front of the mat. Reach. Bring the hands behind you. Lift up through the chest. Take humble warrior. Peel forward to the inside of the front thigh. Woo! Hello, back calf. Maybe you have really flexible Achilles. Maybe you're barely feeling this. Maybe because I don't do it enough, I'm feeling it. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, warrior two. Okay. And then straighten that front leg. So here we're in Trikonasana. Hips are squared off to the wide side of the mat. This knee and toe are facing front. And then we're going to reach for something on the counter until you can't go anymore. And then take it all the way down. Breathe. Lift up through the side body. Lengthen, lengthen, lengthen. Feeling strong and rooted. Breathing in and breathing out. Good. Exhale. Now pivot towards the wide side of the mat. I want to take a nice wide-legged forward fold. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, bring the hands down. Maybe you take a tripod headstand if you'd like here. Yogi's choice. Good. And then lift up. And then turn yourself back to the high lunge. Step back to plank. Option for vinyasa or go straight to downward facing dog. Shoulders down the back, lengthen through the spine, pedal the feet. Look to the top of your mat, bend your knees, bring your feet to your hands. Inhale, lengthen, flat back. Exhale, release, forward fold. Inhale, root to rise. Exhale, palms together. Good. I'm going to do that the other side. I'm just going to go to the other end of the mat so that you can see the left side. Okie dokie. Here we go. Inhale, reach up to the sky. Exhale, release, forward fold. Inhale, lengthen, flat back. Exhale, hands to the floor. Step or hop back to your plank. Yogi's choice for vinyasa. Or go straight to downward facing dog. Inhale, lift your left leg up. Exhale, bring the left foot through. And then pivot that back foot, rise up, warrior one. Hips are squared off, shoulders down. Feel this in the back leg. Adjust those hips. Bring the hands behind the back, clasp the fingers, lift up through the chest, and then peel forward, humble warrior. Come to the inside of that thigh. Breathe. Nice, strong legs. You got this. Breathe one more time. Woo, and then inhale, reach up. Hiya. Exhale, pivot that back foot, warrior two. So knife edge of the foot, parallel with the back end of the mat. Breathing here. Straighten that front leg. Taking Trikonasana, reach forward, reaching for something on the counter. And then take it all the way down. Say hello to the front hamstring. Rotate the ribs and the shoulders. Breathe here. Inhale, rise back up. Turn that front foot. Nice wide-legged forward fold. Bringing the hands to the hips. And release. All the way to the earth. Deep breath in, deep breath out. Bend the knees here if you'd like. And then from here, shift your hands forward, heel toe your feet together. Bend the knees, slow roll up through the spine. All the way up to standing. Good. Shake it out. Wonderful. All right. So before we start to unwind, let's go ahead and do a tree pose. So tree pose, I'll show you some variations. Yogi's choice, always. You have options. So I'm going to shift my weight to one leg. Okay, I can take, keeping my toe on the floor, heel into the ankle bone of the standing leg, sole of the foot to the inside of the calf, or the foot to the inside of the thigh. All right? So pretty much anywhere, just not on the actual knee. We don't want that. So find what feels good for you. For me, it's thigh into foot, foot into thigh. I'm going to have to rotate my hips so they're facing the front. Energetically peel this knee back. Okay? Find your drishti, your focus. Take any variation of hands that you would like. I'm going to press my fingertips in together as the elbows go out. Breathe. Whoop. Feeling rooted, feeling grounded, feeling stable, feeling strong. This is great to do in the morning or to do in the middle of the day to bring you back in. You have to focus here. Allow the shoulders to shimmy away from the ears. Finding your breath. Energetically lifting up through the crown of the head. And holding for 4, 3, 2, 1. Shake it out. Do whatever you need. Reset. I'm going to shift my weight now to the other leg. Now I notice my foot is parallel, not turned out. Parallel foot. And then yogi's choice. Which one do you want to do? Anywhere but on the inside of the knee. Foot into thigh, thigh into foot. Knee reaching back, hips squared off. Find your arm variation. Square off the hips. Allow the shoulders to align. And breathe here. Find your focus. Allow breath to move through you. Wonderful. Holding for 4, 3, 2, 1. Relax. Yay. Awesome. Let's go ahead and start to stretch it out. So meet me at the top of your mat. We'll take our last vinyasa, our last sun salutation. Inhale, reach. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lengthen, flat back. Exhale, hands to the floor. Step or hop your feet back to plank. Take chaturanga if you'd like. And then downward facing dog. Hips high to the sky, pedal the feet. Last stretch we'll do is pigeon stretch. So inhale, lift your right leg up. Exhale, bring the right knee towards the right wrist. Swing the shin down and scoochie on back. So you can take this variation of pigeon where the hips are leveled out, right? Or you can take the variation of a figure 4 on your back like this. Whoop, whoop. That is also wonderful. So you pick what feels good. We'll hang out here for a few breaths. I think pigeon stretch is definitely something we all could do more of. Yeah. Scooch it back, Flex through that front foot if the knee feels wonky. And up to you how low you go. Sometimes I have to shift left and right here to find that nice sweet spot of effort and ease, but not pain, right? We don't want to feel pain, but we do want to feel a sensation. Allow everything to melt into that leg, releasing here a bit deeper. Deep breath in, deep breath out. Take one more breath here. And then inhale, slowly start to rise up. Good. And then push back, rise back up to your downward facing dog. And then other side, inhale, lift left leg up. Exhale, bring the left knee towards the left wrist, swing the shin down, or you do the variation that I showed you of a figure 4 on your back. So I know my left side is way tighter than the right one. So adjust accordingly. This is where you can also use a block underneath your hip. See how there's a gap between my hip and the floor? This is where I could place something there to allow me to deepen in the stretch. Go to your lowest expression. Try to find ease and effort, and let's hang here for a few breaths together. Being with the body, being with the breath. Noticing what you feel. Allow the neck to relax. I know when we learn virtually or we practice virtually, our neck is cranked the whole time trying to see what the teacher is doing, but trust that you know what to do. Good. Inhale, slowly start to rise up. Oh, yes. And then curl to the side. Bring the legs in front. Meet me in a butterfly pose. So soles of the feet together. And reach forward here. Allow the legs to fall to the sides. Deep breath in and deep breath out. Good. Inhale, slowly start to walk it up. Bring the soles of the feet on the earth. Bring your hands behind you. Lift up through the chest. Take your feet a bit wider and let's just kind of drop the knees side to side. Get this nice stretch in the top of the quad into the hip flexor. Good. Yep. Nice. And then release. Bring the feet together. Hands on thighs. Draw the navel in. Roll all the way down. And if you have a block nearby, I invite you to grab that block, place it right above your tailbone. I always say like right where your belt would be when you're wearing a pair of jeans. And then let's lift our legs up here. Supported legs up the wall. You can actually take your legs up the actual wall if you want to. Just get some blood flow back in the body. close the eyes here. Good. And then roll those ankles one way and then the other. And exhale, drop the feet back to the earth. Lift your hips up off the front. And then lower down. Hug your knees into your chest. Rock left and right. Reaching for the wrist or the elbows. Rocking the head as well. And exhale, meet me in Shavasana. Big stretch. Let's close our practice here with a few breaths. Don't skip the Shavasana. Savor it. Allow everything to melt into the floor. Allow your legs to spiral into the floor. Allow your eyes, the brows, and the jaw to relax here. Let's just enjoy a few moments of silence, or music, or life around you. Slowing down the breath. You got this. Tapping into our inner strength for the rest of the day. Trusting that you have what you need, trusting that you know what to do. Slowly start to rock the head left and right, shift, wiggle, stretch. And then in your own creative way, meet me in a nice seated pose. No rush. If you want to stay in your Shavasana, feel free to do so. But if not, meet me in a nice seated pose. And a nice tall spine. Let's place one hand on our heart and one hand on our belly. How do you feel? Breathing in and breathing out. Slowly bring the hands together. Thank you for moving with me. Thank you for showing up for yourself and for others. I'll see you next week. Namaste. Thank you, fam. Hope you enjoyed it. See you later.